Hallöchen Leute, willkommen wieder zurück zu Genshin Impact. Ja, letzten Part haben wir ein mysteriöses Mädchen getroffen und wir haben den Ort des Abgrunds aufgehalten. Jetzt wollen wir uns wieder
Oh, you're back!
treffen.
How did it go? Find anything?
Wir haben ein Mädchen
Nothing
gefunden.
substantial, unfortunately. But we had the weirdest experience.
So I take it that the war's still on?
Leider gibt es da keine Fortschritte.
That's okay. I just wasn't sure, because things seem to be at a standstill while the Abyss Order hasn't attacked us. And since we don't know what they're planning, we haven't made a move either. In a word, it's a stalemate. The guards have been keeping watch around the clock, but for everyone else, you wouldn't even know we're at war.
Huh. Really makes you wonder what the Abyss Order's thinking.
I was wondering, Traveler, if you have the time, could you go and pay a visit to the guards? They've been working a pretty demanding schedule. I was gonna go see them myself, but I'm sure they'd appreciate a visit from the greatest hero of our time.
Oh, but you're a great hero too, Yan-san.
Wenn du mich so fragst, schließlich ist all das die Schuld meines Bruders, also.
Great. Thanks, you two.
Gut. Die sind hier gleich um die Ecke. Toll.
Wow! Tumaini, our hero. We've actually fought together before. You probably don't remember it, though.
Entschuldige, aber da klingt nichts.
That's to be expected. You took point, and I was much further back in the ranks. I saw you, though.
Thank you for standing guard this whole time.
It's all good. Honestly, it's not been that much work. Haven't heard a peep from the enemy.
Ist dir irgendetwas Ungewöhnliches aufgefallen?
Nothing that would indicate an impending attack. I've spotted a bunch of Abyss Order operatives, but they weren't acting hostile, just hanging around. There were even moments when they seemed to be meditating. At least, that's what it looked like to me. Out of an abundance of caution, I asked some shamans from the tribe to take a look and see if there was anything nefarious, but they didn't sense anything untoward. So we just put it down to religious ceremony and left them to it.
Huh. Interesting. Oh well, the more time they spend meditating, the less time they spend trying to beat us to a pulp.
Das ist kein weiterer Selbstverständlich, was etwas mit dem Ziel zu tun hat.
Well, the shamans didn't raise any concerns, so how bad could it be? As far as I'm concerned, so long as they don't pose an active threat, they can do all the cult worship activities they want. Besides, as soon as everything's in place and we're ready for an all-out offensive, there'll be no match for us.
Huh. Sounds like morale is pretty high. Guess there's strength and confidence in numbers. Let's keep going, Traveler.
Ja, wir gehen weiter.
Don't
Auf jeden
I'm
Fall.
sure they'll show up soon.
Was ist dir denn zu sagen?
Huh? Is that Tumaini? What brings you here? Is this like a meet and greet?
Ja, das ist ein Meet and Greet.
I wasn't. I'm so nervous.
Hey, come on! You'd march to war without so much as blinking. What's so scary about a chat with a Traveler, huh?
Eine Menge, offenbar.
It's not the same thing at all. There are plenty of chances to go to war, but a one-on-one chat with our great hero, that could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Ja. Nächtlicher ist nicht gerade groß. Also, du hast mich bestimmt nicht zum ersten Mal gesehen und bestimmt nicht zum letzten
How
Mal.
can I not be nervous? What if I say something wrong? Or if my posture's bad? Or if I accidentally make a weird expression with my face? One bad impression can stick for life.
No one's here to judge you on your posture or your facial expressions. Relax.
All right then. I'm sorry, great hero, but I have a small favor to ask.
Aber bitte nur ein ganz
One
kleines.
Paimon guess. An autograph, right? That's easy.
May I challenge you to a fight?
Ja.
What? How can you be so audacious and so sheepish at the same time? Huh.
No, of course not. I just figured that if I don't ask now, I'll regret it for the... But I am still on patrol. So please, Great Paimon, if you wouldn't mind taking over for me for just...
Ugh, again with the sheepish audacity. Just pick one or the other, will you?
Ich finde die bitte recht. Wartet mal. Los geht's. Oh Gott, wir kämpfen gegen einen NPC. Ernsthaft? Oh, noch nicht mal selbst.
Obviously, I never expected to win, but until now, I didn't appreciate just how great the gulf was between us. I'll be bragging about the day I got to spar with Hermione for the rest of my life. Today's really my lucky day.
Ja. Ja. So was stimmt. Kriege?
Ugh. Paimon can't keep up with you. Your tone has changed all over again. Now you've had a spar with the Traveler.
Well, some people connect through conversation, but we warriors bond by sparring. And now that I've had a bout with the hero, we're no longer strangers.
Okay. Well, to each their own. But Paimon's still gonna stick to conversation.
Ist dir etwas Ungewöhnliches aufgefallen?
Not at all. We haven't spotted any new enemy movements.
As Paimon expected, nothing here either. Let's do another lap and get back to Yan-san.
Ja, aber ich muss sagen, an
You're
Paimons neue
back.
Stimme muss ich
So,
mich noch
did the
gewöhnen.
guards find anything?
Nothing much, no. Someone mentioned that the Abyss Order has been doing some kind of meditation or prayer, but apparently it seemed harmless.
Ich meine, im Gegensatz zur alten Stimme klingt sie nicht so nervig wie damals, aber es ist halt anders jetzt. Da muss ich mich erstmal nicht
Paimon
gewöhnen.
wants to lodge a complaint about one of the guards, though. His name's Kentalo.
Hmm?
Nein, vergiss es. Hat keine Probleme.
Traveler? You're back already? No one thought to wake me up, huh?
In fairness, you look pretty hungover. Can't imagine anyone wanting to wake you up in that state.
I'll have you know I'm perfectly sober when I'm hungover. Okay. I'll admit that sounds strange at face. What I meant to say is, I heard something about the Abyss Order and...
Yeah, that's right. Does it mean anything to you,
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed...
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom. It's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable...
Oh. So even someone as familiar with the ley lines as you can't... No wonder the shamans that Satura called to the front lines couldn't sense anything.
Ian-san, I think we should go talk to the chiefs. There's no point dragging this out. We need to take the initiative and drive the Abyss Order out of...
If that's the Council of Granny Eatsley, I'm sure the chiefs will agree. But it will still take us some time to gather the required force. In war, adequate planning and preparation is the key to victory.
Sure, but the finer details aren't my concern. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Just remember to come find me when you're ready to talk to the chiefs.
Nur wenn du schon einmal hier bist, Zitlan, ich hätte da noch eine Frage.
Oh? Sure, what is it?
Hast du schon mal von irgendwelchen Monstern gehört, die nur von bestimmten Personen gesehen werden?
Huh, you mean only select individuals can see them? Now that's a strange one. I guess they could be manifestations of... It could also be a simple case of dead monsters whose souls got stuck here somehow. Well, I say simple. Things quickly get confusing when you start looking into monster souls. For starters, trying to figure out which class of...
All right, we get it. Granny Eatsley's learning and wisdom knows no bounds. But could we just get the short answer?
Hey, I was just thinking out loud. You really think I was just trying to flaunt my knowledge?
Genau, das dachte ich auch.
Anyway, the short answer is There are many potential explanations.
Whew, wow. Okay. Well, if Granny Eatsley's never seen it, it might as well.
Hey, I'm not that old.
Ja, stimmt. Schwer zu sagen, was genau es war.
Care to elaborate on what happened? This all sounds rather...
Erzählt sie beiden, was passiert ist.
Really? You had to hold her hand to see the monsters? That sounds a little contrived.
Huh? That's the part that bothers you?
Natürlich.
Maybe the point is more that it requires direct physical contact, whether that be hand-holding or otherwise. But that's neither here nor there. What bothers me is, it sounds like she's convinced that your sibling, the leader of the Abyss Order, that really makes me question whose side this girl is on. And whether what she... sorry if that comes across as paranoid. It's just hard not to be suspicious of everything when we're in...
Actually, Paimon feels like you make a fair point.
Whoever this girl is, she sounds like bad news.
Okay, well, you're clearly just jumping to conclusions.
So, sie könnte eine Spionin sein. So, sie könnte ihr... Was?
It's hard to know what to make of it. A young lady all by herself, lost in the middle of nowhere, sees monsters that no one else can, calls the leader of the Abyss Order her savior. At the very least, we should remain vigilant. Keep a close watch on her.
Sounds sensible. On that note, we probably shouldn't have left her by herself in that cave.
Das kommt euch ja früh in den Sinn.
Traveler, we still need some time to muster our forces. Maybe you could check on her if you're not busy. Just be careful.
In Ordnung, wir kennen uns ja jetzt schließlich. Gern, obwohl ich bezweifle, dass sie wirklich etwas Böses im Schilde führt, wenn wir...
It's settled then. Let's go check on her.
Am Ende können wir sie wirklich nur wir sie sehen, also keine anderen Charaktere. Lali, hast du noch
Why
was zu
holding
sagen? Oder bist du
hands?
noch...
Why that specifically? Why not literally anything else?
Sie ist noch bockig. Das ist sozusagen ihr
I'm
Zeit.
not normally so suspicious of strangers, but at times like this, the safety of the tribes has to come first.
Da bin ich bei dir. Aber naja, gut. Warte. Eins würde ich mal gerne erfahren. Besitze ich eigentlich die Anzahl? Jetzt, wo ich sie gerade gesehen habe, kommt mir das in den Sinn. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob ich sie habe. Nee, ich habe sie nicht. Okay, die fehlt mir noch in meiner Elektrosammlung. Gut. Dann gehen wir einfach mal wieder zur Höhle. Lass mich raten. Entweder es sind da jetzt Gegner oder sie ist weg. Beides sehr wahrscheinlich. Ich wechsle wieder zu meinem Kampfteam. Bevor noch was passiert.
One with nature.
Diesmal bin ich sogar so klug und setze Kaptur ein. Gut. Und ist sie da? Ist sie da? Ich glaube nicht, dass sie da ist.
Here we are. Deirdre will still be here, right?
No.
Oh, it's so quiet, though. Uh-oh. What if Yansan was right? Maybe she never intended to stay here at all.
Halten wir vorerst den Ball flach. Wir sollten vorsichtig sein. Oh, sie ist doch noch da.
Traveler, watch out!
Oh. Das war gut gekontert. Ist das Deirdre wirklich?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was you. I heard a noise and I thought it was the monsters coming to get me. Did I hurt you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking straight.
Also ich habe nicht damit gerechnet, dass es wehtun würde. Also habe ich nicht einfach versucht auszuweichen. Aber dein Angriff hatte noch weniger Kraft, als ich erwartet hatte.
Phew. That was scary. Paimon thought we'd walked into a trap. Maybe we shouldn't have sneaked in without announcing it. Then you would have known we weren't monsters.
Naja, aber sie hätte dich eigentlich sprechen hören
To
müssen.
be honest, I've been really on edge since you left. I just have this constant feeling that any second, the monsters are gonna come back and get, and it's not like I can run from them. There's also no way to cook here. It's good you got back when you did. Another hour and a half and you probably would have found me starved to death.
Dafür, dass sie nicht laufen kann sie aber erstaunlich gut stehen.
Ah, that's weirdly precise. Though, it does explain why your attack on the wait. If you really thought you were gonna starve or get killed by monsters, why'd you promise that you'd be okay here on your own?
I just didn't want to lose face in front of my hero. She already saved my life once. That's more than enough.
Huh. For someone on the brink of starvation, you're pretty preoccupied with your image. What's the real reason?
What? That is the real reason. I'm kind of bearing my soul here.
Sie wirklich einfach nur ein verletztes Mädchen sein.
Anyway, so, could you make me some food now?
Noch bitte. Was soll ich da mit dem? Keine Sorge, werden Sie schon nicht verhungern.
Oh, Paimon's getting hungry now too. Go on then. You can join us for dinner.
Ich hab das Gefühl, dass die Sprecherin so ein bisschen versucht, an die alte Stimme ranzukommen.
So full. Thanks for saving me again. Starvation feels like a distant memory now.
Das gefällt mir ehrlich gesagt nicht so wirklich. Ich finde, sie sollte sich eher auf ihre eigenen Stärken fokussieren, anstatt jemanden nachzuäffen. Nicht der Rede wert. Pass auf, dass du nicht allzu viele Gefallen schuldig wirst. Also.
You can really pack it away, Deardith. Guess that explains how you had the energy to make it this far.
I tried so hard to hold back, but it looks like I still came across like a total glutton.
Paimon didn't even realize how late it is. Hey, the night sky here is really pretty.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to you both that I'm able to relax and enjoy it. I was cooped up in that cave the whole time you were gone. Now, I'm finally out. The air seems fresh.
You weren't in there that long.
Tja, sie dachte, sie würde verhungern. Ihre Zeitwahrnehmung war also wahrscheinlich ein wenig verzerrt.
When I was young, I used to lie on the roof of my house, gazing up at the stars. And often, my mind would drift to this question. Is this starry sky actually real?
Die Frage haben wir schon öfter gehört. Moment, diese Frage könnte sie etwas über den trügerischen Himmel wissen.
But my grandma would tell me, the answer to that question doesn't really matter. Think of all the people in our village who spend their entire lives here, she'd say. And so, if it's our destiny to live beneath this sky all our lives, then whatever may or may not lie beyond.
Paimon kinda gets you, but also not really. Is it kind of like how journeying with the traveler is everything to Paimon right now?
Das klingt irgendwie richtig, aber gleichzeitig auch nicht.
I really treasured my world. For a really long time, the village was my everything. The houses, the scenery, stories I always loved to hear about this, but I could never bring myself to agree with Grandma. Even if the village was my entire world, I still had to know what lay outside its borders.
Yeah! Go you!
So, I finally ventured out and set off on my journey to find the Savior. I'm going to make my world bigger, one step at a time. And I'm not going to stop until maybe then, I'll finally get an answer to the question I had as a child.
Jenseits der Sterne.
Who knows? Maybe one day, I'll be sitting and chatting just like we are now, but with someone from another world.
Yeah, one day. Oh, if only we could tell her. But it's probably best not to open that can of worms right now.
I need to find the Savior and protect my world. Then, I can make sure it continues to. That's the most worthwhile thing I could think of doing. So I've been giving it everything I've got.
You know what? That's pretty cool. Paimon kinda wants to root for you now.
Sorry. I got a little carried away. I always get chatty after a hearty meal. Just like my grandma.
Je mehr ich mit ihr rede, desto mehr bin ich überzeugt, dass sie wirklich kein schlechter Mensch ist. Lass dich nicht einlullen! Außerdem klingt sie nicht so, als wäre sie von dem Orden des Archons eine Gehirnwäsche unterzogen worden. Vielleicht ist es an der Zeit, meine Zweifel abzulegen. Nein!
Hold on. Shh. It's them. The monsters are back.
Where? Oh, still invisible, huh?
Also, ich schätze, wir sollten diesen Trick noch einmal ausprobieren. Oh,
Can you see them now?
okay, mit was haben wir es denn zu tun? Ihr seid es. Kannst du sie jetzt sehen? Ja, ich kümmere mich um sie. Bleib einfach hinter mir. Das wird schon. Was?
Oh, Paimon still can't see anything. But please, be careful.
Wie macht mit? Jetzt sehen die Erdsachen gar nicht mehr so imposant aus.
Quietly now.
Das sind fürs erste Jahr zwei. Die machen wir fertig. Zack.
Shine down.
Ja, und da sind wir auch schon Geschichte. Okay, da kommen noch ein paar größere Versionen. Aber Mama und Papa machen wir auch platt.
Gotcha.
Oh ne, es ist nur eine. Es ist nur eine Mama. Alles gut. Komm. Wo bist du da? Da.
Quietly now. Here comes the
Jetzt ist mal ihre Technik ein. Dann war's das jeden Moment mit dir. Wichser. Oh. Verdammt.
Now you shall perish. There is no escape.
Ach so, ein Vieh. Wir kriegen nicht so leicht down.
Gotcha.
Fallen leaves,
adorn my nights, one with nature.
Mit so vielen Attacken. Rettungskräften hier geht.
Lay bare.
Und da ist er auch schon erledigt.
Huh?
Da ist er.
Wow, that was fast. Did you get all of them?
Also so schnell war das gar nicht. Ich habe mir schon ein bisschen Zeit gelassen.
Oh, Paimon's slowly but surely getting used to the sight of you fighting thin air. You doing all right, Deirdith? Deirdith? Hey, it's okay. There's nothing to be scared of anymore.
Oh, I'm fine. I just spaced out there for a moment.
You spaced out? That's a pretty bold move under the circumstances.
I was just... the image of the Traveler fighting to protect me. I was trying to commit it to memory.
All right. Whatever floats your boat.
Anyway, there are no more monsters in the area, and it's getting late. Why don't you stay here tonight?
Sounds reasonable to Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
Warum nicht? Inzwischen bin ich mir ziemlich sicher, dass Deirdith niemand anderes ist, als die sie sich vorgibt zu sein. Was kann nicht schaden, sie noch einen Nachbarn zu beobachten?
All right. Deirdith will be... Huh? Deirdith? Why are you going in alone?
Als die Nacht hereinbricht, starrst du auf den Schlüssel für die Hebamme. Nicht lange und ein Traum umfüllt dein Bewusstsein. Okay. Oh, da kam kurz das Nettland-Vieh. Ist dies das Königreich der Nacht? Oh. Ach, hat er auch keine Stimme? Das wäre ziemlich schade. Sie verlieren ihre Kraft. Ich fall und herrsche danach. Ja. Mein Kopf tut weh. Der Schmerz ist weg. Ich glaube, ich höre eine Stimme in der Dunkelheit.
Doomsday. A fitting name indeed.
Ist das Skirk?
A blood-red sky. Wild beasts that slaughter all in sight. Endless pain. A terrible... And... the birth of a savior.
Aber ich glaube irgendwie nicht, dass Eva der Erlöser sein wird. Ich glaube, Lumin wird die Erlöserin sein. Dieser Traum von ihm. Und sie haben wieder Händchen gehalten. Ja, gut.
You're awake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Die hat ja auch die Blumen, wie wir. Also zumindest ähnlich. Hat sie meine Hand gehalten.
You just look quite distressed, like you were having a nightmare. I thought if I took your hand into mine, you might find it soothing. At least, that's what my family always did when I had nightmares. But it didn't seem to work on you. In fact, I think I made it even worse. I'm so sorry.
Oh, is that right? You better not be trying to pull a fast one on the Traveler.
What? Don't be so... I have more self-control than that.
Self-control? What does that have to do with it?
Ach, ich kann mich immer noch an nichts erinnern. Das habe ich gerade geträumt. Ich glaube, am Anfang habe ich Eva im Königreich der Nacht gesehen. Aber was dann geschah, weiß ich nicht mehr. Egal, ich glaube nicht, dass es mir wieder einfällt. Egal wie sehr ich es auch versuche. Ich leg mich wieder schlafen. Wir können morgen früh weiterreden.
No way is Paimon getting back to sleep after this. You go ahead. But for the rest of the night, Paimon is staying up to keep an eye on this young lady.
In 5 Sekunden schläfst du wieder.
Aw. Do I really seem that shady to you?
Anscheinend ja. Also ich finde dich auf jeden Fall noch verdächtig.
There should be enough food for 3 days. Make sure you eat the perishable stuff first, so nothing goes to waste. You can't tell which stuff is perishable, right?
Yeah, I can tell from the ingredients. Thank you so much for making all this for me. 3 days will definitely be enough time for my ankle to heal. Then I'll continue on my journey to find the Savior.
All right, then we'll be off. Bye for now, Deirdre.
See you? Wait! But if this is goodbye, how am I supposed to find you again? Oh, I mean, what if I find your sibling? How am I supposed to let you know?
Ah, that's a good point. We share the same goal, but we're constantly on the road, so we've got no fixed address.
Komm mal einfach rein in die Kanne.
How about this? When the time comes, you can just write a letter to Mawika. She'll be able to find us for sure.
Mawika? Who's Mawika?
Der Archon dieser Welt. Moment, ich glaube, ich sehe da drüben etwas. Heiland.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Lass mich raten, sie sieht sie nicht.
But it doesn't look like they're marching to war. More like they're...
Where? What are you talking about?
Ja, habe ich mir schon gedacht, sie
A
sieht sie
bunch of
nicht.
Abyss Order thugs! You don't see them? They're heading right this way!
Warte, heißt das etwa?
That's strange. I guess it's my turn to not be able to see the monsters.
Ich schätze mal, ich kann dir wohl auf dieselbe Weise zeigen.
You're right. I see them now. You weren't joking after all. So,
What a weird situation. What is making these monsters invisible? Is it Deirdre? Or the monsters themselves? Well, might as well mow these ones down, just so they can't pose a threat to the tribes.
Gut, jetzt sind wieder Fakten geballert. Achso,
Woohoo! All done! Their morale seems super low. Guess they really worked.
so there's no more of them, right? I still can't wrap my mind around this. Why couldn't I see them until you took my hand?
jetzt weißt du, wie es für mich war. Scheint so, als müsste ich meine Theorie noch einmal überdenken. Es gibt also auch Monster, die ich sehen kann, aber Terror trifft nicht.
So, any ideas on why those monsters might have been... Oh, Paimon's getting a little worried about Eon-san and the others. Let's head back to the Masters of the Night Wind right... We gotta go! Bye for now, Deardith!
See ya, and please take care.
Jo, ebenso. Ebenso verdächtiges Mädchen. Und jetzt sind wir auch schon wieder weg. Ja, gut. Ja, gut, dann würde ich so vorschlagen, wir sehen uns dann im nächsten Part wieder, wenn es wieder heißt Genshin Impact. Ich sag dann mal bis dann und ciao.